Hey everyone, this is Walter, and I'm back here to bring you some more nice guys from Reddit. Nice guys are guys who pride themselves on being really nice all the time. They give rides, they give gifts, they open doors, all that fun stuff. But these guys usually want something back for their nice deeds. You'll see if you don't know already. Let's begin with nice guys from Reddit. My best friend had her first experience with a nice guy last night after he begged to hang out and didn't take the hint to leave our house until 4 a.m. I knew something was off. But I know it's completely you and was not me whatsoever. I mean, not a single thank you. You don't even realize that I could have lost my job for seeing you. You have an entirely emotional history that you have yet to process or go through, and here you are trying to go on apps. It's so unfortunate. I didn't want to hook up. I look at you and thought, damn, this girl is absolutely gorgeous, but your personality doesn't match what you look like at all. You actually are kind of heartless. You're an unhappy person, and you have a lot of things to work on. I do wish you the best. You complain about being used for sex in the past, but to be honest, you probably used those tarot cards and read something shady about me, and you let that dictate the way you feel about me. I especially like how being used for sex in the past has nothing to do with what he's saying. He just wants to throw something sensitive she told him back in her face. What a nice guy, huh? Whatever, blank. Continue to be used by others. Continue having fun with all these other people when your potential guy was legitimately right in front of you. I hate putting effort into those that didn't like me whatsoever. Like you weren't into me at all. You weren't nervous. I knew you didn't want to see me again. Like Jesus, I knew it. Why are you such a coward that you block me too? Like damn. I hate girls that look as pretty as you. It's so fucking fake and I hate it. You aren't pretty. You're actually pretty ugly at your core. There's always a better fish. You're not even a tuna if I'm being honest. A sardine at best. I'm cracking myself fucking up. Yeah, you suck. Goodbye, and yeah, go continue to drink yourself to death and smashing dudes that don't care about you. I refuse to fuck with crazy. You done? What? I thought that tuna line was really savage. Who really comes across as crazy in this conversation? The guy delivering an unhinged rant, or this girl who's barely listening to him? I'm sending you this to set the record straight. You and your friends never saw who I truly am. I am an intellectual. I am much smarter than you, much smarter than Savan. I have always had to dumb myself down to get along with average people. That's why I come across as awkward, because I never get to be authentic with people like you. But I am past that now. I can't live inauthentically anymore. I realize now that there are very few people who are an intellectual match for me, and because of this there are very few people I will ever get to be authentic with. That is my lot in life. But I can no longer stand being disrespected by people who are retarded compared to me. So I don't care what you think about me. I don't consider you to be anywhere near my intellectual level. Interacting with you is like interacting with a child. And I have a hard time deciding who's dumber, you or Daphne. You're both pretty vapid. But Katie is nice. She has some nice depth to her. I guess he sent this out of nowhere after 4 years. Better tell this genius to go sit in a corner by himself. Sounds like he's too smart to interact with normies. Nothing says I don't care what you think about me like an essay full of self-aggrandizing nonsense and insults. Real mature guy. I actually am, and I'm also a real nice guy. However, recently I've grown to learn that I'm too nice and forgiving to people, so now I'm allowing my inner asshole out to say hello. So fuck you and go fuck yourself. Wow, someone's mad. Yeah, when the nice guy loses his patience, the devil shivers. I should start referring to that as the inner asshole. Each time I read terrible stories like this, you have to question the wisdom and judgment of women when they get into relationships with these ticking time bombs. Too many decent blokes struggle to get an ounce of interest from women, yet your typical bad boy goes from one relationship to another, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. Maybe women would be best served by avoiding these types and making better choices in partners. I would imagine the women being abused already blame themselves for it plenty. Do they need this guy to run in and kick them while they're down? And yes, decent bloke is definitely the same thing as nice guy here. Whatever. You'll live a lonely, desperate life. You picked the right career as a librarian. I'm by far the best guy you'd ever meet. You'd end up liking me far more than I'd ever like you. The girl only left me because I didn't want to have kids with her right after we got married. If I wanted to, I could fuck a new girl every couple of weeks, but I'm a nice, decent guy that cares about someone before getting intimate. Good luck in finding a guy like that on the internet, or anywhere else for that matter. I'm sure you've dated a lot of winners over the years. That's why you're single. Oh yeah, where will you ever find a man who doesn't literally open with a dick pic? This might be the only one. I also like watching someone who's single insult someone else about being single. Definitely logical. The vast majority of women have no idea what it really means to kind without intimacy, affection, or companionship. Even if the quality of options aren't ideal, there are always men who will date any woman, even men who any woman will find at least superficially attractive. As a mediocre guy, a label I've been given by women, who doesn't fit the sky-high standards of the unicorn that women seek in dating these days, I'm essentially guaranteed to be alone forever. My only options are to be with a woman I'm not attracted to, a nightmare situation I've tried more than once but won't put myself through again, or a woman who will use, abuse, or otherwise mistreat. I'm sure there are women who feel lonely and alone from time to time, but for the most part they don't really need to feel the deeper depths of despair that I feel as a guy who has no control over being single. Most women can walk out the door or open up an app and find someone to date them. I read recently how women even refer to men on dating apps or in person as high value or low value, and it really sank in how incredibly superficial and picky women are and have the prerogative to be. Since I'm not a bodybuilder, biker, tattooed, though bearded, big dick astronaut, porn star, millionaire, I have no value to women and am doomed to be alone because I wasn't born a different person, and no matter how alone a woman may feel, most will never really know or understand the level of loneliness and despair of someone like me. People are pointing out that this guy's also being picky based on attractiveness. It's like he's building this straw man of what women will accept so he doesn't have to actually improve himself. The good old days when you could approach a girl and flirt and they wouldn't cry on TikTok accusing you of sexual harassment are long gone, man. It's a messed up world we live in now. We want love and care and they want money and to be snowflakes. Yeah, this is a relatable problem. I know I get called out in TikTok Me Too stories all the time. My own question of the day. Why do women never learn that they fall for the same dumpster fires of men that will act sweet to them and then discard them the moment they get in their pants, as opposed to perhaps a man that is actually a good guy that will put forth and has put forth the effort to get in their pants and continue to do so long after he has? What, do women just have to give it up to whoever tries the longest? I don't think that's how the world works. I'm tired of females friend-zoning those who cares for them and go for the one who treats them like trash. Honestly, I don't even want to talk about this, but I can't take it anymore. It's always the same thing. You have a crush on a girl, she will friend-zone you without giving you a chance, and then go out with someone who has money, or a Chad who will treat them like they are worthless, and they're only with them for sex like 99%. Is it really worth it? I would have treated her like a queen. I'll do anything to make her happy, but they don't care. They don't want you to be nice to them. If you are not at least 7 out of 10, you'll never get a chance, and soon after they start going out, you can see how toxic the relationship really is. It was hard for me to continue as her friend, seeing her getting touched 24/7 and clinging to someone who doesn't even appreciate her. After he cheats on her or dumps her, she'll start crying, saying how all men are the same, they are not worth it or something like that, and they just want a nice guy. No, you don't want a nice guy. You got exactly what you wanted, a guy who treats you bad. You'd think now maybe you have a chance, but when you ask her, she'll reject you again. When you look at what happened, you'd think she learned her lesson, but no, she will still go out with the next Chad, while we nice guys keep watching, confused what we are doing wrong. After some time, the same things happen. He cheats on her or something like that, and she becomes a mess. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even go for her at this point. Would you feel sorry if someone gambled all of his money and lost them? No, of course not. It's the same thing. Going after Chads comes with its side effects. Either you win or you lose everything. So if you say you can't blame females for wanting that, then you won't feel sorry for them. At the end, they'll become miserable. A single mom at 30 years old and keep asking themselves what happened. I'll tell you what happened. You friend-zoned the guy who would sacrifice everything for you and went to the guy who couldn't care less about you. Laugh at me if you want, but deep down you know I'm right. He sure paints a bleak picture of women's lives, doesn't he? This one really covers all the bases. He even says that he'd treat her like a queen. Don't use that line, by the way. I don't think it ever works. Oh, here's another Am I the Asshole crossover. These are always fun. Am I the asshole for complimenting a cashier? My sister thinks I'm the asshole, but I'm confused as to how I would be. I was buying a bagel on Thursday and noticed the cashier was rather pretty. She had a tattoo, so she was probably at least 18. She looked around 19 to 20. After I made the order, I complimented her, saying, "You know that you're gorgeous, right?" And to my shock, she gave me a blank stare and she looked kind of disgusted. I tried to make conversation with her as I owned boats and asked her if she had ever been on one, etc., and she told me, "You're done with your order, right? I think we're done here." She didn't even give me a thank you, and she gave me a nasty look. I really don't think I was crude or nasty with my compliment, and her reaction was shocking. I told my sister about it, and she said that it was weird for me to give any sort of compliment on a girl's looks, considering that I'm 58. But I wasn't flirting with her, I was just complimenting her. She then proceeded to tell me that I shouldn't make comments like that to workers because they're in an awkward situation. Am I the asshole for complimenting a cashier? I can't possibly believe that anyone wouldn't take that as flirting. It's more like hitting him in the face with a brick compared to most flirting, honestly. And this guy's pretty old. He's even out of Lucas's 35 to 55 range. Hey, how art thou? This will seem real random and possibly unintentionally creepy, but I saw your profile online, palm face, and considering how popular you must be on here, and my own wonderfully average profile, I decided to reach out to you on here. As you seem a super chill and phenomenal female. And I would be a lucky lad to be seen in public with you sometime, were you to let me take you out to dinner/drinks/sports game of choice. I hope this doesn't come across as terribly perv, I just thought I'd try to make a connection. God loves a trier, etc. Hope to hear from you. You're a superficial Is it really unintentionally creepy if you acknowledge it might be seen as that way before you send it? And don't say that you hope you won't be seen as a pervert, that never helps. This guy talks like he's from a different planet or something. Anyway, that is about all the time I have for you today. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked the video, please give it a like. If you have something to say about Nice Guys or the video itself, let me hear it in the comments. It's good for the algorithm. If you're new here and want more content like this, consider subscribing because there's going to be more eventually. I'll actually be trying to put out some sort of video tomorrow. Not sure what, but hopefully something. December is usually a pretty good month for YouTube in general. Thanks also to my generous patrons who help me out with more direct support so I can keep doing this. I really appreciate it. Well, if I don't see you tomorrow, Merry Christmas. Have a great day, everyone, and you know that you're gorgeous, right? What? It's just a compliment.